So you've been avoiding that one conversation, or maybe there's 10 of them by now, but now it feels like there's just too much to say. And you're asking yourself, how on earth are we ever going to be able to get through all of that? You think if we sit down to talk, I'll have to dump the whole mountain and we're just going to end up fighting all over again. I don't want to do that. So as a result, you do nothing. Does that sound familiar? Let me show you a better way. Today, I'm going to give you 2 simple rules that will help you bring up hard topics with your husband, with your wife, without overwhelming them or making it an impossible quest to get to where you want to go and still be good with each other in the end. A lot of couples who come to see me have been avoiding conversations for weeks, some for months, many even for years, because they've developed this non-functioning cycle and they keep repeating the same thing over and over. And when you finally decide to talk, it's tempting to bring up everything at once. Every single hurt, every single frustration, every unmet need, all of the things that have collected over time. But that doesn't work. It overwhelms your spouse, it makes them defensive to no end, and it usually also shuts the conversation down before you get anywhere. And you end up in a worse place than you were before you started. And so you learn to avoid it at all costs. Here's your first rule. Start with the one thing that matters most. If you were to make a list of everything that's sitting between you and your spouse right now, what would be the most weighty thing? What has been creating the most distance? Yeah, you're going to have to be a little particular or a little picky even, but that's where you start. If there's something that's time sensitive, like a decision that needs to be made, say this week, start there. Otherwise, ask yourself this question: which one thing, which one issue is the most important to clear up first so that we can both breathe again? You don't have to fix everything in one conversation. You actually can't. It's impossible. Please know that. You just have to start clearing the air one layer at a time. Now, here's the second rule, and this one is even more important than the first one. Talk about one issue at a time. Not 2, not 3, not 7, just one. Seriously, I know some of you are like, oh, but I just want to be honest. I have so much on my mind, or I have so much on my heart, and I want to get it all out. And I get it. That urge, it's real, it's strong, all right. But bringing everything up at once almost always guarantees that nothing will get resolved. Trust me, I've been doing this for 13 years and I've seen it hundreds of times. And ask me how else I know. I've also been married for 19 years now, so there's that also. Bringing everything up at once, it doesn't work. Focus is what creates safety, and safety allows for progress to happen. And that's what we want. That's what we're after. So pick one issue, talk about that one issue, pause, take a break, and then pick the next issue later. And if you both have it in you, maybe you do it that very same day, but maybe it's the next day or the next week. All right, what does this look like in real life? Let's say your list has 17 things on it. Trying to tackle all 17 in one sitting is like trying to drink from a fire hose. Have you ever tried that? Not fun, right? Instead, here's what I want you to do. Look at the list and ask this question: which of these, if we were to resolve it, would help us both breathe better? Start there. That one issue might make the other 16 feel more manageable. It might even make them feel more impossible. Or at a minimum, it will create a little bit of momentum with a little bit of hope to say, yeah, look at us, we can do this. We did this one thing. We walked through this conversation successfully. Here's something I want you to watch out for: the honesty trap. Let me say something a little daring. When you have these conversations with each other, I want you to stop being honest if it means being reckless. And definitely stop being honest if it means being mean. And I'm not saying hide how you feel, but I am saying deliver it in a way that your partner will actually be able to hear it. You being overwhelmed doesn't mean that your spouse should be also. So give yourself permission to speak honestly, but say it all in love, still, always. Even a hard truth is easier to digest, easier to respond to when it's said with love and with care. So keep that in mind. Now, this week, if you've got a backlog of hard things to talk about, first write the list down. Then circle the one thing that needs attention first, and then sit down with your spouse and say, hey, there's something I'd love to talk to you about. Can we just focus on this one thing right now? You can even add this to say, I heard some crazy lady online say that it helps if we don't cover a whole lot of things at one time. Would you want to try that with me? This is what I would like to talk about right now. Then you stop there. No rabbit trails, no item number 2 or item number 25. Just one topic. You'll be amazed at how much safer and how much more productive that conversation will become. And then come back here and let me know how it went. I want to know, for real. In the next video, I'm going to show you what to do exactly then when one or both of you start getting overwhelmed or playing out of control during the conversation. Now, even if you pick the right topic and you only talk about that one thing, things can still get heated fast sometimes. So if you've ever found yourself spiraling mid-conversation, losing your ever-loving mind, having an adult version of a tantrum, yes, those are a thing, go watch that video next. I'll walk you through exactly what's happening and what to do instead. Let's keep moving this marriage of yours forward, one better conversation at a time. I'll see you there.